Come on.
This old ass computer, man. Look at this. Look how thick this motherfucker is, man. This is
brick.
1967.
That bridge.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Controversy Lab.
Where controversy is key.
I'm your host, Lakel House.
And I'm back, y'all. Talk TJ.
My God, what the fuck, bro? Been fucking gone for like 6 months. What the fuck happened?
It's been 6 months.
It's been like 5 months, man.
You know, life happens.
Well, you know, I did have surgery, and I had to have a second surgery. Well, third surgery. So
Glad to have you back. Glad to have
so
you back.
I was out. I took some time off, and I was like, man, I got to heal up. We tried to get. Well, no, actually, did we get back to recording? Did we or did we not? Was it June? I had my last surgery in June. Did we record after that? No, we didn't. We didn't.
Oh, no.
No, we didn't, because we stopped in November, I think, for the first. Anyway, anywho, we've been in and out. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the fuck going on. So welcome back to the show, guys.
Got the new setup.
Got the whole new setup. What do you guys think about our whole new setup? You know, I like this setup better. What do you think?
I'll sip it right now.
Huh?
I'll sip it right now.
Oh, cheers. And today we're drinking on, what are we drinking today?
Guinness Nitro Brew.
Guinness Nitro Brew.
Something new, trying out. Half coffee, half beer. It is what it is.
All right, so what are you talking about today for the people with Controversy Lab?
I'm talking about your life.
My life?
Yeah.
Why the fuck we got to talk about my life?
The dating scene.
Tell me about the dating scene. How's the dating scene going, right?
I don't know. I'm 20 years out. I told you that.
20 years out of what?
20 years out of the dating scene.
Why you out of the dating scene, man?
I've been married for 20 years.
The people don't know that. I know that. What about the newcomers that don't know
Been married for 20 years. Got a beautiful wife. Lovely, beautiful black queen. I think I've mentioned that a couple times on the show.
Yeah.
Lisa.
Yeah.
Hey, babe. Love you long time.
Does Lisa watch the show?
Yes, she does.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, one day I'll have someone that loves me that'll watch the show
And how's that going for you?
on my behalf. Hey, man, let me tell you something. The dating scene, listen, I coined this phrase, and I've seen it spreading all over social media, but it came from yours truly. I said the dating pool has pee in it.
Yes.
The dating pool definitely has pee in it.
Well, I mean, yeah, but I don't know.
How the fuck you know?
Yeah. So tell me about it. Well, let's talk about why this topic came
Well,
up.
you know, what do you mean?
The young lady who gave us the idea for this topic.
Oh, yeah. So interesting, because the other night we had a birthday dinner with Vet, one of our very, very close friends, and she brought a young lady with her. You know, and this young lady,
Well-educated lady.
well-educated. She's actually a fucking scientist.
Yes.
So, you know, and it was interesting because we were sitting there talking about dating, and it started, we were talking about Scorpios, right? And everybody knows.
I missed that whole part.
Yeah. So that's where it started, you know, because Scorpios, they're an acquired taste. And like I said, Scorpios, they're cool people, but Scorpios are hot and cold. It's they're either all into you, and if you piss them off, they're like, this is it. There is no middle ground. There is no, let's work on this relationship. A Scorpio might work a little bit until they get tired, which is not that much, and then they're fucking done, you know, and it's just like fire and brimstone, fuck you, never met you, I hate you. So that's kind of how we got on the topic, because someone asked me how I felt about Scorpios, and I was like, Scorpios are not really my forte, because I like that middle ground. So the young lady was like, her response was, well, you know, there are some reasons why you should just cold turkey stop talking to somebody. I'm like, what's the reason why you would just cold turkey stop talking to someone you're in a committed relationship with? That doesn't make any fucking sense. And her response was, well, you know, I want to be an FBI agent. So
That's when I came in.
she said, I want to be an FBI agent. So basically, there are certain things that I would just stop talking to someone cold turkey for. I'm like, well, can you expound upon what those things are? And she was like, if you ever got arrested. I was like, so never convicted, just arrested. She was like, yes, if you've ever just been arrested in the back of a police car, if we're in a relationship, I would just leave you.
I caught that part. And then you gave the example of.
So I asked her a question.
Yeah.
I said, okay, let's go a little bit deeper with this, Miss Black Woman. I said, so what if a young man, what if the guy you're dating.
Wait a minute. I don't even date guys.
And she was like, first of all, stop. I don't even date men. I said, okay, your significant other. What if your significant other went into a convenience store and purchased food and didn't realize that she paid with a counterfeit bill?
Counterfeit 5.
And let's just say she happened to get arrested for said counterfeit bill that she did not know was a counterfeit bill. Would you leave her?
Yes.
And she said yes.
Go ahead.
So, I mean, my point is, this is what I'm talking about.
And I had to reiterate, like, you would leave somebody for a false accusation, and she stuck to it and said yes.
And you know what? A lot of people don't know. Even like using a counterfeit bill is not an arrestable offense.
Because you don't know.
Because you don't know. It can be easily circulated, and you
Yeah.
can't prove that you're the one that actually made the counterfeit bill or you're the one that actually circulated it.
Yeah.
Willingly, right? So, and I turned to RTJ. I said, the dating pool definitely has pee in it. She got highly offended.
Yeah.
You know, and she was, you know, and everybody jumps on me, and they're like, well, you know.
Everybody didn't jump on you. I didn't jump on you because it pissed.
Well, all the women that were on that side of the table.
I can't say that because Vet did.
I thought about Vet didn't, but it was this girl and this girl.
Yeah.
Okay, let me retract that.
So yeah, that girl, the younger lady, but I don't think she just had it all together though.
No,
she didn't seem that.
She was youngest. She was the youngest at the dinner party, right?
Yeah.
You know, everybody there.
I know she got offended when I said instead of saying happy wife, happy life, I said happy spouse, happy house. She was like, "Oh my God, I just got so many questions, but I don't want to start an argument." Wait, what?
So why do you? Okay, so you know, here's my reasoning. I think that the dating pool now has become to where people are not as interested in getting to know each other because now we have Tinder, Facebook even has a dating app now. Like there's so many dating app profiles now where it's like every interaction that you have with someone is so fickle because you can be taking a shit and then you can meet 30 women.
Yeah.
Like before you had to get dressed up, go out somewhere, look your best. Now you can be literally taking a shit and meet 30 women.
It's also with the attention span.
Right.
That, you know, the generation now, the people now, they have a short attention spans. So it's like, I'm not trying to be committed because it requires me to have a long attention with you. But now it's like, I'm ready to get it over with. Somebody didn't cut their phone off.
My bad. Sorry. You know, but I think that short attention span actually also goes hand in hand with the whole concept of it's easy to replace your mate now. Like if you meet someone.
No, the thought is easy to replace.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Okay,
like no, right. But it is easy because you can stop talking to someone today. You can go to Tinder and swipe all day, and you're bound to meet one or two chicks that are down to meet you for dinner or meet you for coffee. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I think that it's so easy now, you know, to find new partners. Not saying that these people will be compatible with you, but it's easy to go on 5, 6, 7 dates a week if you can afford to do that. You know what I mean?
And the women are come to find out. I was talking to a guy last night when I was at the cigar lounge. Women are okay with knowing that they're not the only one.
Interesting.
Like he was the guy I was talking to. He was dead upset. Yo, man, I got a chick in California. He got 2 here, and he has 1 in Greenville.
Well, but is he dating or is he in committed relationships?
Dating.
Well, you know, but again, so here's the thing though. I think people misconstrue dating, right?
Okay.
But anybody, you can frame dating whatever you want. But to me, you know, there's multiple levels, right? There's dating, which is I can date whoever the fuck I want. I can do what I want because I'm just getting to know people, right? There's courtship that comes after dating. So if I'm dating you and I think that I like you and I say, hey, you know, let's try to work towards a relationship. In courtship, I'm courting you. I'm not talking to anybody else. You know, you shouldn't be talking to anybody else because that's distracting. So we should both be locked into each other, trying to figure out what our boundaries are. Are we both comfortable with the boundaries? Do we have the same life goals? And then working towards getting into a relationship. And then once you get into the relationship, these are our established boundaries that we discovered in our courtship phase. Now that we're in a committed relationship, we both know what the fuck should be expected of the other person.
See, man, Lisa did it different.
Well, you know, you and Lisa, y'all just met each other and just fell in love.
Yeah, I just hit her upside the head and drug her like caveman style.
Well, you know, bro, that was like 30 years ago.
It was legal.
Right. Y'all didn't have Tinder back then. Y'all didn't have social dating sites back then. You know what I mean? So, but this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Like, when you look at back in the day when we were growing up, right? Back in the 90s and so on and so forth, it's like dating was so different. Like, people actually value dating more because it required so much for you to put into it. You know what I mean? Like, so much effort to go pick out an outfit, to go get your hair cut. You know what I'm saying?
I had to get your number.
And I have to get your number. Now I have to go and say, hey, I got to shoot my game, shoot my shot. Yeah. And I got to be solid enough with it to get your number. So all that work put in just to meet someone.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So I feel like back then, you know, when we were growing up, it just meant a little bit more.
But even with that being said, some of the women there did grow with us. They still got that today's mentality.
Yeah. I mean, you know, they adjust with the times, you know, because, again, like now, for example, now you have 40-year-old women that are jumping on social sites. It's easy for them to meet younger guys. You see that more often now. Women in their 40s dating 30-year-olds, 27, 28-year-olds. Because think about it. Back in the day.
How do you think that happened?
Just going. I'm telling you, they're going dating sites.
How do you think the mindset changed? How do you think that?
I don't think the mindset really ever changed. I think there was always, because think about it, like even when you, as a man, as you get older, right, you understand that when you start dating women that are like 35 and up, they have a high risk pregnancy. At-risk pregnancy. So if you're someone, let's just say you're 37 years old, 38 years old, you finally, settled in your career, and now you want to actually go out and date and get married if you don't have kids, the first thing on your mind is, if I get someone my own age, it's going to be a high-risk pregnancy. So maybe I should date someone a little bit younger, maybe somebody 30, 32, in that range maybe. And so now you can actually go out and you can filter the women you want to talk to by age, location. So now it's a little bit more laser focused. When I'm saying I don't think it's new, I think that How Stella Got a Groove Back. That movie came out years ago when we were kids. 90s. We were growing up. You know what I'm saying? So the early 90s. So my point is, there's always been an interest for women who are 40-something years old to get them a young, strapping young man to blow their back out.
Yes, but it's more now.
It's more. I don't think it's more now.
And you got women leaving stable relationships.
But again, I just think because the convenience is there now. Now they're able to do that because they can go online and they can laser target a young 25-year-old. Oh, I like his jawline. Ooh, no, I like his chest. They can filter them out. They have a whole list full of young studs to pick from.
So I guess that goes to what we said earlier. Women would rather choose their career over just being with somebody in a long-term relationship.
I think it's subjective to the woman. I think it really just depends. But by large, I think that most women will prioritize their career over a mate. You know what I'm saying? And especially now, FBI agent, where she said that if I'm in a relationship with you and you're going to hinder, my career, then
if somebody else makes a mistake for your fault and it ends up on you, I'm done with you.
I'm still done. And that's the thing. I think relationships nowadays is so selfless. And I think people really confuse, in my opinion, what love really is to the core. We're talking about relationships and dating and becoming more serious with somebody. I think people confuse what love is supposed to be.
Dating for love.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I think personally, in my opinion, I think that people have a tendency to confuse, in my opinion, what love really is as it correlates to marriage, from long-term relationships to marriage, right? I think people have this idea of loving with conditions, right? I'm going to love you unless you get locked up and it might hinder my career, then I'm done.
Well, yes, everything has conditions.
I personally think that, in my opinion, I think that when you meet someone, you can share unconditional love with them. I believe that transcends the relationship phase.
I don't think so.
I mean, of course, this is why it's controversial. This is why we're facing off against each other. I strongly disagree with you.
Well, and the reason I say that is because a condition is basically you can't do that without a reaction. Like if you people always want to say they love their children unconditionally. I doubt that. Because if your child was to do something, you would have a reaction. If their child didn't do something, you wouldn't have a reaction. So if somebody that you're in a relationship with, they did something, you react to it, even if it's a small reaction, that's a condition.
So now what I'm specifically speaking about, I'm speaking in reference to loving with unconditionally, meaning me having a reaction does not change the fact that I love you, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
It's when I say conditions, I mean people say, I'll use an extreme example. You cheat on me, then I'm done with this relationship. I don't want to be with you anymore.
Condition.
Of course, it's a condition. Now, some people would say, yeah, cheating is a deal breaker. And in my position, I say, yes, cheating is like a really, really big fucking issue in relationships. And I'm not saying that I tolerate cheating. But what I'm saying is a lot of times, as it relates to cheating, I think that when you look at loving a person, loving someone, not loving the way you make me feel, because love within itself is dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins all released at the same time in the body that gives you the feeling of love. So it's all internal. So what you make me feel is the feelings of these hormonal secretions in my body making me feel happy, jittery, loving. And then when you do something, it's like those receptors are now shut off and it's like, oh, I don't love you anymore. No, it's so you were never in love with me. You were in love with what I made you feel. The idea of what I'm making you feel. Yeah. So in my opinion, I feel like looking at love from that perspective, I personally believe that that's not real love. To say that I love you as a person, now I'm going to love you along your journey. You're going to change. You're not perfect. I don't own you I don't own you. Yes. So you have the decision to make certain decisions in your life. No matter what decision you make, I'm still going to love you, right?
And see, that's the thing. Like women only want to love the idea.
Exactly.
They don't want to love the person.
Love the person.
So when a person messes up, they're like, oh, you messed up my idea, so we can't be together.
So we can't be together. You see what I'm saying? So it's I think it's this sense of possessiveness, selfishness, ownership, all these different concepts. That's why even in the black community, our marriage rate is only 30%. And
I don't know about any other community.
Right. In our community, overall, in the United States of America, the divorce rate is like 50%. Right. So when we're talking about the black community, we're 30%. We're only getting married at 30%. Right. So the issue now is our women are the ones that like they actually push for divorce mostly. Yeah. And they push for divorce twice as much as we're married. So the thing is, I personally look at that situation. I say it's because all these people are loving with conditions, right? And people would say, well, I'm not going to be with somebody, just let them treat me any kind of way. I feel you. That's what boundaries are for. I think that having boundaries says that, listen, don't go outside these boundaries because these things are hurtful to me. And I would appreciate if you don't do these things. I'm not going to want to be with you if these things are not met. Now, someone would say, oh, you're contradicting yourself. Now you're talking about conditions. I feel like
people don't want to grow together.
Exactly.
And that's the problem. People, and more specific, well, I'm gonna say from my end, what I see more specifically, women want a finished product,
right?
And you can't have a finished product because that means that your relationship is basically done,
right?
So it's like, what do you want to do? You want to grow with me, or you just want to fuck tonight?
And I think that's the key part that I look at as far as dating and relationships is it's supposed to be growth together. Yeah. Like I'm not supposed to get in a relationship with you and just punch you in the face and say, oh, take it because, you got to love me without conditions. No, we're not saying that. Like we're still talking about you still have to have two healthy, happy people in a relationship that are prioritizing, number one, making themselves happy because I can't expect you to make me happy. That's not your responsibility. I have to come to the actual table already full, right? But if my cup spills, we can work together to, potentially get me back on track, get you back on track.
It's funny. I heard something last night. A woman said you have women in other cultures who focus on making men happy. And then you come to the black woman, she only focuses on keeping the man. No. All the other cultures focus on keeping a man happy. The black woman only focuses on keeping the man.
Right.
I was like, damn.
That's pretty heavy.
It's like, damn. I was like, yo, think about it. I mean, it's kind of right.
It's pretty fucking heavy.
She was a white woman. So I was like, oh, shit.
Now, that's a slippery slope.
And I don't think so because you can look at.
I'm talking about for the viewers, not for us.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, yeah. And I think once, like, even with me and Lisa growing together, I think once we actually realize that, like, we're trying, like, first off, like you said, we got to make each other happy first.
Right.
And then we got to see how the other person is happy, which comes with communication.
Right.
And motherfuckers don't know how to talk to each other.
Because when you're happy in a relationship, I think that you're more well equipped to handle certain issues. Like if let's just say, for example, right, hypothetically, if I'm someone who's been cheated on and I'm hurt and I'm broken inside and I'm jumping in a relationship and I'm harboring all this baggage into my new relationship, my partner doesn't come home. I'm unhappy. Right? Instead of talking to my partner saying, oh, well, you know how it makes me feel, where were you? Like now you're cheating. What were you doing? You know what I'm saying? So
sucking dick.
So there's sucking dick. You got the sucking dick. So it creates a situation where we can't really talk and communicate in a positive way. You know what I mean? So being happy is very, very important in relationships. Yeah. Now, I mean, with that being said, we could talk about this topic all day. This is our first episode back.
I'm just happy I'm married.
Well, you know what, brother? I'm out here in these streets. You know what I'm saying? I'm still single.
And that's how you know I'm married. That's how you know I'm happy I'm married. On TV saying it.
Well, I'm single. I have one individual, who I've been rocking with for a minute.
Side note, I thought that girl was with you for real.
No, she was not with me.
Because you kept saying she rode with me. I got me a scientist. I was like, oh shit, y'all rode together. And
no, you didn't see her leaning away because she was uncomfortable?
I wasn't paying attention.
She was like, oh, he's a man.
I didn't
like women. I like women.
Listen, she lies. She like a dildo. She's. Welcome back, guys.
Welcome back to Controversy Lab, RTJ.
Ain't nothing changed. I'm still here.
Oh my God, bro. Live on the air. No, she did not ride with me, man. I mean, I'm single. I was, dating somebody, looking to potentially, we're going through courtship, that person made a very, very, very severe mistake. So
talk about it.
We're talking about it. Okay. I don't, I'm hoping, but again, that mistake is out of my hands. It's not something I can control. I can't control someone, right? So we'll see how that goes. Right now, we'll see.
All right. Hey, man, I hope the best for you. More specifically because you're my brother, so I want the best for you.
Man, don't make me cry on camera, man.
Controversy out.
Controversy.